This week, I am in the throes of missing my baby child. My in laws have this really beautiful tradition of taking each of their grandkids one at a time for a week at their home, and they get to do all sorts of special things with grandma and grandpa. And it's just their opportunity to choose all the food and all the activities and all the things they do and get spoiled as an only child. And it's really beautiful for my in-laws because they get this special quality time with each of their grandkids one-on-one. And it really is kind of nice for us parents too, because there's this amazing phenomenon that happens in my family. Maybe it happens in yours too, where it doesn't matter which kid, but if one child is gone, whether it's an after school activity or a sleepover or for a whole week for something like this or for camp, life is so much more peaceful. So as much as I miss my snuggles and I miss my youngest, I'm really happy for her. I know that she is having a wonderful, wonderful time. And I've just been really enjoying the time I have with just three kids this week. So it's the first week of summer and we are having a great time. My oldest started her driver's ed classes, so we've got that as kind of a point of accountability. And we're trying to, figure out what our new routine's going to be, what our schedule's going to look like this summer. And so this morning I woke up and I was feeling like super mom. So we all woke up early enough. We got dressed and we went to adoration. I have the gift of living in a town with a 24-hour adoration chapel, and I have 1 hour on Wednesday mornings. And in the summer, it's great because then I get to bring my girls with me and they get to spend that time with Jesus too. I feel a little bad for the other people who come to visit Jesus while we're there because my girls are squirmy. They're not really talking. They're not being blatantly disrespectful, but they're not so good at just sitting completely silently. But they are still having a whole hour with Jesus, which is so great, and it makes me feel really good as a mom that I'm doing the most important work, by bringing them there. And we were all dressed for the gym, and so I thought we're going to go get our exercise in. The girls are really enjoying getting to the gym and working out with me. And so we go straight from adoration to the gym and I'm there and I am just like, I am killing life and everything is awesome. And I'm doing my warm up and I get an email that comes through. And thankfully I had my phone in my hand because it was the interviewer who was waiting for me, who sent me an email and said, "Hey, just in case you lost the Zoom link, here's the link. See you soon." And my heart just dropped out of my chest. I completely forgot that I was scheduled to do a Zoom and podcast interview this morning right after adoration. I had intentionally scheduled it 30 minutes after adoration was done because I knew that we would all be up. I knew that I would be dressed. I knew that it would be a really convenient time. And instead of remembering that, I just tried to fit one more thing in. I'm just trying to be so present with my kids. And I'm out of my normal routine. And immediately, like as soon as I saw this email, the stream of lies just pummeled me, and all I could think and all I could hear was what a failure I was, how much I screwed up, how I'm not on top of my life, how I don't even deserve to be having interviews to be talking about my most recent Adventures with the Saints books. I don't even deserve to be, doing any of the things that I'm doing. I should just give up and quit trying. And I just wanted to cry and go into a hole and hide my head and just not be seen. I was ready to just email the interviewer back and just say, "I'm so sorry. I screwed up. I guess this isn't happening," and just throw in the towel. But by the grace of God, and this is truly, truly, truly a grace, this has been brought to my attention before. I have a really, really long track record of tying up my worth with what I accomplish. And it's surprising to me. It was very surprising for me to uncover because so much of my adult life has been spent as a stay-at-home mom. And as a stay-at-home mom, I'm not really accomplishing a whole lot. But it was still just like the little things like getting a load of laundry done, or feeding the kids and getting them all sleeping at the same time. Or, I was always really proud of myself because I had 4 kids that were less than 4 and under, and I would still arrive to like the library story time or play dates on time. And I was very proud of myself how I could get me and 4 kids out the door when I had friends who had only one child and they were habitually late. And so it was just little things. And then as I have grown and as my duties have morphed as my life has developed, now it's turning into how much writing did I get done this week, and how many things that I accomplished, and how many hours did I spend volunteering, and all of these. What did I do? And I need this like tangible proof for my worth. And once this was brought to my attention, and this was several years ago, I spent a lot of time really meditating with this truth, which is that God neither approves nor disapproves of me. He just loves me. My worth is inherent because I am. That's it. I do not have to earn it, and I cannot lose it. And this is actually something that I say to my own children all the time, that there is nothing that they can do to make me love them less, but there's also nothing that they can do that can make me love them more. Like, I love them because they are my children. And this is how God loves me. And this is how God loves you. Your inherent worth is simply because you are. God created you because he loves you. And absolutely nothing that you do and nothing that you don't do can change that. Which means for me, if I am highly productive and if I get my kids to adoration and we go to the gym and I do all the things and I check all the boxes, then God loves me and my life has worth and meaning. But if I screw everything up today, if I miss all my interviews and I miss my adoration appointment and I sit on the couch and I binge Netflix or waste time on my phone, if I overeat, if I don't get out of pajamas for 5 days straight, if I anything, whatever my circumstances are, God loves me and my life has worth and dignity. And so thankfully, I had that really strong foundation going into that encounter that I had when I was missing my interview. And as I went into that, I had to fight to remind myself that I had dignity, that I was not a failure for messing up, for forgetting something, for overlooking something, for not being perfect. And man, it was a battle. It was a struggle, but I did not give up. And I kept fighting, and I told myself every time I would hear that thought that said, "You're such a failure," I would say, "I'm not a failure. I am a busy mom who is dealing with a new schedule this week." And every time that thought would tell me that it wasn't even worth it and I shouldn't even try, I heard this voice that said, no, like I'm going to keep trying. I am going to keep putting myself out there. So I emailed back the interviewer and I said, "I am so sorry. I completely forgot. I did not try to make excuses. I did not lie. I'm trying this radical honesty in my life. And the truth is, I forgot. It slipped my mind. I thought about it yesterday when I had looked at my calendar and just forgot today." I said, "My children are home from school. My schedule is different now, and I'm not sitting at my desk and I'm not looking at my calendar as regularly. I absolutely apologize for forgetting, but I can be home and I can be ready in 20 minutes if that still works for you." And of course, the gracious interviewer said, "Absolutely no problem. I'll see you then." And so she gave me this grace, the same way that God gives me the grace. And I have found more often than not, people are willing to give you the grace as long as you ask for it. I mean, that's been my experience. And I hope that that's yours too. So I came home and I threw on a top and I quickly straightened my hair and I got camera ready and I sat down and had just a delightful conversation with Kiki from WCAT Radio. And so I'm going to link the YouTube link for my video that I did this week. So if you have extra time and you'd like to check it out, you are welcome to. You can find that in the show notes below. But my day did not get derailed because I missed one thing, because my worth is not linked to what I do. And so this week, as you are going through your life, maybe you will be able to get everything done and you will check off all the boxes and be super productive and do all the things that you hope to do. And if that's the case, know that you are loved and your worth is exactly the same as if you miss all your appointments, screw everything up, sit on the couch and eat bonbons all day. Your life still has meaning and worth because your dignity is linked exclusively to the love of God. That's all I have for you today. I'm Maria Riley, just a sinner in the throes of trying to be a saint.